Hey everybody, Ken Coscia here, the Silva Method's lead instructor and international training director. Welcome. I am so glad you're here because in today's lesson, I want to share with you, speak with you about a very important topic, vitally important. In fact, this topic is so important that it's at the very foundation, the very basis of whether you're growing or stuck, whether you're building rich, rewarding relationships, whether they be romantic or with your family and friends and co-workers, or whether you're a high performer and excelling, or again, stuck. Regardless of whether you're interested personally or professionally, self-doubt, that's what I'm talking about. And today I want to share with you some ideas, some strategies that you can begin to implement right here, right now, to minimize and or eliminate the tendency, that nagging thought, that monkey mind, if you will, when we begin to second guess ourselves, when we begin to doubt what we bring to the table, our effectiveness, that leaves us with a feeling of, I'm not good enough. And if it's not checked and it grows, it can lead to feeling what? You know, you've been there, have you not? Helpless, hopeless. Why bother? Don't make a difference. Can't do it anyway. And then rather than take any risks, we take no risks. We play it safe. And we live with the same old because it's predictable. And we don't want to be disappointed. Now, I don't want to go into a whole psychology lesson. However, self-doubt also has its roots in what? Self-esteem. How we feel about ourselves. Self-esteem, according to people like the late, great Dr. Nathaniel Branden, is a measurement of how we love and respect ourselves, whether or not we feel deserving of love, affection, success, prosperity, whatever it might be. And it's really a cornerstone of our fundamental growth. It's about our evolution. So you notice I said minimize and or eliminate because, frankly, I've been doing this work for nearly 50 years with hundreds of thousands of people. I've traveled the globe, and I don't know anybody who doesn't have at least a few moments of self-doubt. Why? But the very fact that you're here watching this video here with me, the very fact that you're listening says a lot about you, and I want to honor you for that because you care, because you're interested in growing, because you're interested in making more of a difference in your life, making a contribution. And maybe you want to build your business and enhance and reach more clients, whatever it is. But if you didn't care, you would have bailed out long ago. And that's part of the challenge, because the more we care about our clients, our students, our work, our service, the more likely we are to occasionally wonder, is this okay? Will this be my best effort? Will this work? It just goes with the territory. And again, you know this. So can you relate? Have you not been through that? The concern, though, with self-doubt is, again, if it's not checked, we begin to lose confidence. And if we begin to lose confidence, which is at the root of motivation, we get demotivated, we hold back, and we miss many opportunities. And we sit back playing it safe. Or our productivity drops, our performance drops. And self-doubt can literally, and I do mean literally, suck the life force out of us and cause us to just kind of go into what I call the duh moment, and nothing gets done. And you know this. Can you think of a time when you were in doubt and then you made a decision? Whether it worked or not, it's not the point. But when you made that decision, what happened? You felt a relief, right? You felt a release. You felt like, wow. And all of a sudden you were moving and you were progressing again. It's much easier to adjust. It's much easier to make adjustments, corrections along the way than it is to get started initially, isn't it? Again, can you relate? Have you not noticed that? So it's not about being perfect. You know that. It's not about being the best. It's about being the best we can be. So along the way in my own life, personally, professionally, in the lives of my coach clients, in my Silva Method classes, the life and intuition system immersion that I teach and have been for now since 1971. Wow, time flies. I love it. I feel so privileged and honored. And it's been such a wonderful opportunity to learn about myself, about life. So here are some tips that I want to share with you that you can start right here, right now to implement. Number one, and write this down. Write this down, it's important. Number one, stop comparing to other people. There'll always be someone who's got a bigger business, a bigger following, a happier relationship. There's always a bigger car, a bigger house, you know what I mean? It's not about more. It's not about, whoa, exponential soaring growth. It's about you and I being the best that we can be. Sure, with the right training, with further education, with getting help, we grow and we expand and we take it to another level, of course. But it begins with stop comparing to others. Because if you find yourself comparing to others, you're going to invariably feel not good enough. I couldn't do that. Oh my God, he has so many thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't. Or you'll look at it and say, oh, his business, or his relationship. It's important to learn from others. Model them. What are their behaviors? Hang out with them. Take them to lunch. Study the grades. Study people who you admire, who you respect. Excuse me, there's a plane going by overhead. It's okay. Life, right? Can't control it. I live in a rural community. This is my studio today, and you price you pay. So yes, we can model excellence. We can learn from the best of the best. But always resonate with your authentic self. Always. Because you'll never be that guy. You'll never be that person. You'll never be... I remember my mentors, Jose Silva was one of my mentors. He learned directly from him. In 1984, he selected me out of hundreds of global and Silva instructors to join his elite advanced training staff. There are only 4 people in the world, including him. Oh my God, it was like, me, really? And I'll tell you, at first I freaked out. Because I looked at the people I admired and said, how could I ever follow in this in Harry McKnight's steps or Jose Silva's? At first, that was my mistake, wasn't it? Because I was comparing. And slowly but surely I learned to trust myself and be my authentic, genuine self. Learn from them, model but make it your own. And I've grown to now become the international training director. I've traveled the world. And I continue here, thriving, having fun, loving what I do, and helping people to make a difference. And I like to see the same for you. It's not about me, it's about you. But the point is, I believe we're all here to evolve. In the short period of time we're here on this planet, we're here to evolve, to make manifest in the world our true, authentic, higher self, whatever you want to call it, our true self, and to learn how to integrate that in a meaningful way in the work we do, in our relationships, whatever it is. And I believe we're really more and more in that age where people value and trust more so authenticity rather than the phony baloney stuff that's sometimes too prevalent out there, isn't it? So number one is trust yourself. Be yourself. Stop comparing to others. Learn from them, model them. Number 2, honor your struggle. Honor and respect yourself for who you are. And life isn't easy. There's nowhere it's written philosophically, theologically, psychologically, in any way. Nowhere is it written, nowhere has it been documented that life is easy. In fact, sometimes, have you noticed, it can seem like, whoa. But that's part of life, isn't it? We learn from it, we grow. And although it may be initially a struggle, a setback, it's an opportunity to learn, to grow. Okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do different here? What can I do to make it better? That's part of the fun, that's part of the joy, isn't it? If you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're a thought leader, that's probably why you do what you do. It's the greatest way to learn, by teaching, right? It's the most effective way, in my experience, to grow and evolve in the service of others. So respect that. And here's a little affirmation that I've been using myself for a long time, and I think you'll find it very helpful. I hope you do. You want to say something like several things. I am enough. I am good enough. Now, does that mean we're not going to continue to educate ourselves and strive to be better? Of course not. But it begins with first appreciating, feeling gratitude for what blessings, what gifts we have that we've made manifest, that we bring to the game, knowing that we can get better. Write that on your dashboard. Write that on your bathroom vanity mirror. I'm good enough. I am enough. And my favorite actually is, I love and accept myself. Repeat after me. I love and accept myself. Look in the mirror before you go to bed at night and say that. I love and accept myself. Again, with the intention that you want to grow and continue. Because what's really here, we're talking about self-esteem, isn't it? And it's a way to build that. Because when we feel good about ourselves, when we're more self-accepting, we're more likely to take action, more likely to learn, more likely to grow, we're more likely to ask for help. So it begins with that. And you know what? Your clients, your family, your friends, your spouse, your children will love and appreciate you even more when you are your authentic self and when you bring that out. The third step is you got to educate yourself. I found that when I first started in this field and I was caught up with, oh God, I was looking at guys who I really admired, who were the trainers and the instructors, the people who put the Silva Method on the map. And the more I hung out with them, I found myself saying, gee, I could do that. It wasn't immediate. And that's the other thing. It's not a quick fix. And anybody who tells you it's a quick fix or instant transformation, yeah, right. Excuse me, I mean no disrespect, but I do mean that because it's a process. It's a lifelong process. So you want to respect yourself, honor that. And now the third point is educate yourself. I started finding the more I read about personal development, the more I read about intuition, which is really my forte, the more I found myself saying, golly, how come others don't? I thought everybody in the world should do this. The more I started attending other seminars and looking at what other people were teaching, the more I found myself saying, this guy's amazing. He's fantastic. He's so well versed. And you know what? I know that too, and I've been teaching that. Again, not comparing, but it put me in a position of feeling like I could do that. It wasn't so far-fetched. I was seeing other people teach some of the very principles that I embrace and understand and know myself. And you can do the same thing. But you gotta research, you gotta get out there. The fourth point is, so again, you're gonna educate yourself. Number 3, the fourth point is that I want to really hammer away here is, and I say this again with respect and love in my heart, I have had the experience that when I witness colleagues who think they know it all and there's nothing more to learn, it's dangerous. When I hear other people who are very well educated, and there are so many people out there who know so much more than I do, who have so many more degrees than I do, who are far better presenters, to be sure. And yet when I hear them take an attitude or a posture of, like, I'm the king, I'm the queen, and I got it made, to me that's like a preliminary step to burnout. That's a preliminary step to their light going out, because we're here evolving, and it's a continuous process. And you'll find that, have you not, the more you know, it's like the less you know, especially when it comes to your spiritual development, especially when it comes to your personal development. So I'm not talking about necessarily new information, because let's face it, wisdom schools for ages have taught these principles. You can study going back 10, 20, 50 years, 100 years ago, and you find that many of these core principles have been present. It's just that there are new ways of expressing it. There are new applications, there are new ways to integrate it and understand it, to deepen the understanding. And that's what many of us are doing in what we teach. The fifth principle that I want to share with you, that I want to finish with, that's so important, is journal your moments of excellence. Journal your success. Build your confidence. Transform yourself from uncertainty, transform yourself from self-doubt to feeling confident through evidence. What do I mean by that? Meaning, yes, it helps to motivate yourself and to believe in yourself and to at least believe you can figure things out. But you're not going to figure things out just by being here. It's going to take education. It's going to take learning. It's going to take asking for help. You may need to ask for help. So I want to put two things in here. You may need to hire a coach. You may need to a therapist. You may need to talk to a good friend. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like it's just too much at this point in time in your life, seek the help. So the last point then that I wanted to go back to, excuse me, I digressed, because that was important. I want to finish with this high, is we all have moments. As you look back in your life, there are times when you've been at your best, are there not? There are times when you've succeeded. Have you not had similar experiences like today, some of the challenges, some of the struggles today? Maybe a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, maybe 10 years ago. Did you not have an experience that you pushed through and you learned and you succeeded? Of course you have. That's a moment of excellence. That's what I mean by evidence. Something that at a cellular level is embedded in your being, literally, and in your brain cells. It's there to draw upon. So the challenge is, if we dwell on negativity, if we ruminate on, woe is me, can I do that? It becomes our ultimate reality, doesn't it? So it's called we call it in the Silva Method, in day number 2 of the immersion experience, creating a resource state based on solid evidence by reliving, by remembering, reliving, and studying those moments of excellence when you're at your best and say, yes, with the attitude, if I've done it before, I can do it again. So start writing them down. Anytime you have even a small little success, thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mom. Feel the genuine appreciation and gratitude and note it. Write it down and internalize it in such a way that you can draw. So the next time you're moving into a new situation that's challenging and that might be somewhat similar, you can say, I've been there, done that before. I got through it. I worked it out. And if I did it before, I can do it again. Make sense? I really sincerely hope that this helps you. And if you apply this and work with some of these tips, you'll get the results. It's not rocket science, guys. You just need to make the time for that. So I really appreciate you following through. You're still here viewing this. You haven't bailed out of this lesson. Thank you so much. And may I ask you a solid, if you have found this of help and it's inspired you even a little bit, can you think of other people who could benefit, who maybe need to hear this message also, who could benefit from this lesson? Please share it with them. Let them know. You might do them a world of good. You may help them to just kind of kickstart their life again. And of course, it helps me to get my message out there, which is important. I'd like to reach out to more people who could benefit from what I have to offer. So thanks so much, guys. And if you'd like to comment, please, wherever it's possible, comment. I would really appreciate hearing from you. What did you find of value? What helped? What would you like to know more? I've got so much information, so many lessons, so many tools that I'd love to share with you. Just need some guidance in where you're at. So thanks again, guys, and remember, I believe in you, and I believe you are far better than what you think you are, what you appear to be. In fact, you're a whole lot better.